What up, what up, what up, what up? What's up, brothers? It's Tony B. BSP, baby. BSP, Black, Sophisticated, and Prosperous. What's going on, brothers? We need to talk. We need to talk, man. We need to talk about this Kevin Samuels thing going on. Motherfuckers out there tripping, simping, talking, complaining, celebrating a man's death. This is not the way we're supposed to be doing in the black community. I'm gonna break this shit down. We're gonna break it down today, people. We breaking this shit down. No bullshit. Sick of the bullshit. We breaking this shit down. Motherfuckers can kiss my ass. So, as you all know, in the world, Kevin Samuels passed away yesterday. Cardiac arrest. You know, so I'm not too surprised that this brother passed away of cardiac arrest. I know we there may be some conspiracy theories going on. I know I've been watching Kevin Samuels for almost 2 years now. I think the first video that I saw him do was, and that's what got me interested in him, when I heard him tell a woman, "You are six at best," and that hit me because I was like, okay, so this brother's out there saying what he feels about stuff, right? So, and he was very candid, and he's always been candid in his conversations with people. And that's what everybody has to understand, that he was not holding no punches. He was not going to sit up there and blow smoke up nobody's ass and lying to him about this situation. This is what this man was about, and this is where he passed, he left this world about. So you got to get a brother that kind of respect, because these women out here talking all this stuff about, oh, I'm glad he did, and they celebrated his death and all this other shit. But see, what the problem is if he were white, talking bad, or not talking bad, but talking candid to black women, they wouldn't have no problem with that. But why is it that everybody seems to have a problem with black men being candid, with black men being men? Why is that a problem in this anti-male society that we live in the United States and the West in general? Why is that such a problem? I mean, people have always feared black male, the strong black male essence, for centuries. Ever since we stepped foot on this continent, since they whipped us in chains and brought us over here, they've been fearing us. So they've developed ways to beat us down as men. Since 1970, I would say, late 60s, 70 on, they have been trying to break down the masculinity of the black male ever since. I mean, they've been breaking it down since we got on this continent, but 1970, they started doing what we call a systematic breakdown. They broke us down in wealth building, they broke us down in family building, and now they're out there trying to break us down and building up our own lives, our own selves as a man. And Kevin Samuels was that man that was getting us brothers back. He was one of the men that was getting the brothers back up. And you got people out there simping hard, doing their videos against I'm sorry, Kevin Samuels, because they don't understand. Or you get a motherfucker up there that only listen to Kevin Samuels for like 5 minutes because a woman pointed him toward a certain segment of the video and saying, "Hey, look, see, he talking bad about black women. See what he said about me? What about me, me, me?" Because a lot of women are all about me, me, me. They all want to talk about me, 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 but they don't want to talk about anybody else. And they get into relationships and like, well, it's a marriage. It's all about it's you got to work at it. No, you got it all wrong. It's not the work. It's the commitment. A relationship is not work. A marriage is commitment. You commit yourself to that individual for the rest of your life on this rock. That is what it's about. It's not about work. You go to work for your boss. You go to work to make money. But when you in a marriage is all about commitment. It's about committing yourself to your marriage. It's about committing yourself to your whole setup. There is no reason for you to say, look, we're working for this. You're not working for nobody at your house. You're committed. When you when you do your dirty ass laundry, you're committed to cleaning your clothes. When you put food in your children's mouth, you're committed to feeding your children. You're committed to feeding your family. You're committed to feeding your husband. Your husband is committed to providing a wealthy life or a good life for his family. That is all about, it's all about being committed. Work ain't got shit to do with a marriage. Work ain't got shit to do with a relationship. This man got up there and he was committed to helping people out in the black community, to helping people realize their dreams, build their images. He was not against black women, as a lot of women are sitting up here saying he was. He may have said some shit that they didn't want to hear. Hell, he said some things I didn't want to hear. But I never disrespected the man. I was like, okay, that's Kevin Samuels. He's candid. Okay, I get it. He's going to say some shit like he did against the Buddhist lady, because I'm a Buddhist. But okay, that's okay. You have the freedom of speech, freedom to say what you want to say. And it was very helpful for these women. A lot of women respect Kevin Samuels, and a lot of women said that he helped improve their lives. So for people to get up there and go in their damn tweets and all this other shit and say some bad shit about Kevin Samuels and celebrate these videos, oh, they celebrating Kevin Samuels. And I'm gonna read some of these tweets, man. I'm gonna go over some of these names on these tweets too. I'm calling these motherfuckers out. Okay. So you got this brother out of Philly, my hometown, and this is a simp ass journalist. Okay. He's up there talking shit. So let me see what he's saying. Now I didn't reply to him because I knew it was gonna be an all day. You get into an argument in Philly, it's an all day occurrence. I ain't got all day to be arguing with a motherfucker I never met. But on his tweet, and I wish I could go. I think I got history of my tweet somewhere. I didn't show my tweet. Now I'm trying to use Twitter more. I'm not really up on Twitter too much, but I'm trying to get on there more because I see there's a lot of idiots out there, man, talking shit. So this brother got up here. I responded. Well, I said something about him. There was a brother that said something on his tweet. I'm just gonna go to my tweets and my replies. I like what this brother put up about this Kevin Samuels thing. This brother, yeah, here we go. King said this shit. So this woman got up there on Twitter and she said, quote, Kevin Samuels was one of the reasons that motivated me to lose my weight and start my health journey. Now, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with giving women advice on their weight? This man was a professional image consultant. That's something that people just did not understand. They don't even know what a fucking professional image consultant is. This man was a professional image consultant. Okay? So his job was to give people professional advice about their image, to make their image better. That's what it was about. Okay? He didn't have time to sit up there and blow smoke up somebody's ass. He was up there to give people professional advice about their image. Now, here's what this brother said, Doc Llewellyn. He said, quote, on Twitter, it's sick how some women are happy about Kevin Samuel rumored death. This is when the death was apparently rumored to be at the time. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and invite my man DT up in this BI. Okay. What's up, DT?
Hey, what's up? What's up? How's it going, bro?
I'm good, brother. I was just finishing off this tweet before I get started, man. But this brother, I was reading a few tweets that some of these people were saying.
Okay.
Um, this woman, I just read the tweet about the woman that said that Kevin Samuels helped her lose a lot of weight. This
Uh-huh.
other brother said, quote, it's sick how some women are happy about Kevin Samuel rumored death at the time. That is
Right.
uncalled for. The man never harmed no woman. Just because you
Exactly.
disagree with someone's opinion doesn't mean you should want them dead. This world we live in today is insane. There's so many comments on Twitter, brother. I was reading about KS.
Mhm.
These women up there bashing this man. And all
Yeah.
he was trying to do was help women out.
Yep.
This man
Yeah.
was like I was telling everybody, this man, he was a professional image consultant. And the job of a professional image consultant is to give you advice on your image.
Exactly.
If you don't want to hear it, then don't write the check.
Yep.
So what's your take on this, brother? What kind of feedback you hearing? What you seeing in the market?
It's the same thing. It's the same, same tone, what you're experiencing as well. And again, the thing about it is when it's a harsh reality that they don't want to face, that's when you hear this negative feedback coming from everybody, you know? And the thing about it, like I was telling you earlier, we can view truth as hate, but sometimes it's bold medicine and it don't taste sweet. You
No,
know what I mean?
trust me, no.
So um, I mean, it's sad. It's sad on many, many levels that we lost this brother, to the black community. And I mean, he was a positive force out here, just trying to, bring brothers and sisters together, and his message was needed. I should say the tone of his message was needed because sometimes you have to break someone down to understand what's truly going on around them. And when that happens, that's when someone starts to turn that corner and realize, wait a minute, he may have a point here. You know, I mean, one of his big time quotes is like, why would you take advice from a single woman? Somebody's already single and not married. Why would you take their advice over someone who's actually going through it? So it sucks, man. It's a sad day, and hopefully, hopefully we can get someone else to step up in his shoes and continue to promote, what he started. You know.
Yeah, he's definitely a unique individual.
Hmm.
And the way the country's actually going in the opposite direction. You're seeing more and more. See, I was just telling people earlier before you got on how
Hmm.
they've been trying to beat the black male down since 1970. They took away our ability to build wealth, or they took away our ability to raise a family, and now they're trying to
Hmm.
take away our ability to become men. They're literally trying to beat us down because they've been so fearful of the black male skin. In
Hmm.
essence, ever since they dragged us over to this part of the world.
Right.
You know,
Right.
they got us here. They can't do what the Argentinians did and exterminate us all when slavery was over, because that's no known secret now. The Argentinians, they did try to exterminate all the blacks when slavery
Yeah.
was over, regardless of
Yeah.
what they
I
said.
agree.
And that's why you have a lot of blacks in Brazil. Of course, they have the most Africans outside of Africa in Brazil. They just couldn't do that, and that's not their nature. But getting back to this nation that we live in, it's going in the opposite direction. And with the death of Kevin Samuels is like, okay, so now women feel like they got their reprise. You see these people on their Twitter saying, "Oh, he died alone." See, and go there it is. We got him now. He died. First of all, he didn't die alone, and
Hmm.
second of all, whether he died or not, if you don't change your mind, if these women don't change their attitude, they still gonna die alone with a dog.
Yep,
They're
that's
still without
exactly
men.
it.
And what they don't understand is right now only 25% of black females only have a 25% chance of getting married. And that's because we
Hmm.
still have like people from our generation and before us are still in the mix. Once you take away our parents' generation, that number dwindles down to less than 20% chance of them getting married.
Yep,
So they may
yep.
be saying, "Oh, the new millennial is different. Oh, we're different." Yeah, you're different. As in, your numbers are going to be lower. Your lower, your chance of getting married are going to be even lower.
Hmm.
I got to take
Hmm.
my daughter out of this country eventually, just to allow her to even have a chance to get married. As fine as she's going to be, I still got to take her out because the black woman has messed up the image out here, or should I say the BW? Because I don't want YouTube saying, "Oh, you saying this," because they probably owned and got their ass
Yeah,
pregnant too.
yeah,
But
BW. Yeah.
the BW has a problem. They have an image issue here in the United States
Hmm.
and around the world. They're the least. They're the last woman that anybody on the planet wants to marry. And you notice when they do get married, the high profile BWs like Janet Jackson and them,
Hmm.
the men usually end up what? Divorcing them anyway.
Right,
Because they
right.
realize that, wait a minute, I got myself in some bad shit here.
And you notice too, we always get the slack of dating outside our race, but when you see these high profile BWs, they're never with a brother. Janet Jackson was always with somebody outside of her race, right?
Exactly.
Halle Berry, same thing. I mean, she did get with, Benet, but outside of him, that's it. That's it. So where's the slack on them? You know, look at Serena Williams. I mean, all of them. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I just spoke to Josh. He should be popping on here soon too. But yeah.
That's gonna be nice having Josh up in here. So
Mhm.
what do you think about? I mean, what is everybody saying in Wisconsin about this?
Um, I haven't really talked to anybody. You mean about Kevin Samuels?
Yeah, about Sam.
Yeah, I haven't really. Obviously, it was just yesterday, so I haven't really had a chance to really talk to anybody about it. Just the group that we associate with mainly, and I hear a lot of different thoughts as far as why it happened, what happened. Now, I heard also that as of late, that he was with a woman that he met, or I don't know if he met her yesterday, but he brought back to his place, and this morning is when she reported him having some chest pains and called the police or called the 911. So it just makes you wonder, okay, was she in on this, or is there something that she did that that she didn't like, or you just don't know what really could have happened. I mean, it was cardiac arrest, right? But what caused that? you know what caused that? You
Yeah, I
still
mean, it's like, yeah, people are saying,
Mhm.
was it a setup? See,
Right.
and here's the thing, because we were looking at, I mean, I watch a lot of his videos. We all watch a lot of his videos. And
Hmm.
what would always get me about Kevin Samuels' videos is how much Red Bull he was drinking.
Yes, he was guzzling that. He was guzzling the Red Bull big time. Yep. And I mean, just the long hours, the long hours, the Red Bull, um, it's that's no good for anybody, obviously, you know?
No.
And yeah, I think that could have been a major factor as well. I mean, especially with the long hours of putting these streams together and traveling back and forth and all of that. I mean, that all can kind of contribute to the health, you know. So,
Yeah, I'm just reaching out to my brother Saeed. Um,
mm,
let's see, you are requested on the panel um, on the VSP stream because
hmm
I'm trying to get the image of what they're saying in Nigeria about Kevin Samuels because I know a lot of Nigerians watch Kevin Samuels too. I know he's being watched. He was being watched all over the world. Now,
right.
his videos will always be out there. I was really looking forward to my son watching him because my
hmm
son even knows who he is because he hears me listening to Kevin Samuels. So when my
Oh
son woke up
yeah.
this morning, I said, "Hey, son, I got bad news, man. Kevin Samuels is dead." Even my son, it was an impact on him. He's like, "Oh no, daddy," you know,
hmm
because young boys should hear what Kevin Samuels has to say about these females.
hmm
Now, these women might be like, "Well, why you wanna, put him out there and ruin their minds when they're growing up?" Well, why are they putting the gay thing in school at third grade? What's that all about? Before they teach about
Exactly.
education? You know, we,
Exactly.
we're
Yep.
not speaking out against gays, but why do I want that information in my son's face and he's only 9 years old?
hmm
You know,
Yep.
I,
Yep.
I'm the one that need to be talking to him about that. You don't even know how to what sex education is yet. You already throwing all this other shit up in their faces, and that's what gets me.
And that's the thing too. I was just speaking to, I commented on Sean's post earlier about that, and I was just telling him how, my girlfriend, her daughter was in school one day, and the topic was about, the LGBT community and pride and all that, and she didn't really want her to be involved in any of that, so she didn't let her go to school that day. Do you know that the teacher pulled her aside the next day and started filling her in on what she missed and
No,
talking about it and just sharing everything about, that session of the class? And she specifically knew that her mom didn't want her to be a part of that.
see
I
that
mean, where's the
that
rights in that? That's forcefulness, you
that
know?
is that's
Yeah.
forcing it down your throat because America has a system of forcing shit down your throat,
Yep. Yep.
and that is so unfair. See, I would have went off on the teacher, man. I would have been like, no, 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 this
Oh,
ain't gonna happen.
oh yeah, she did. Oh yeah, she let her know. She let her know.
You don't
And
play with my daughter or my son, you know?
yeah, yeah, there's a reason I didn't have her in class that day, and you knew that. So, yeah, it's just, yeah, we're living in a facade, and people need to peel that veil back or peel back the onion and take a look through clear lenses and not smoke and mirrors, you know?
Yeah, because I think that it's like I'm telling all the brothers, man, in the group in the council.
hmm
Um, but I just think that we live in a society now where the LGBTQ, and I know this is not what we're talking about. We're mainly on Kevin Sanders, but this is part of what he discussed. Is and I want everybody out there in YouTube world to know that we're not against the gay lesbian community. That's not what we're saying. All we're saying is that at least give us a fucking chance to have for us to explain to our children in the way that we see fit.
hmm hmm
That's what we want to do because only 4% of any society will be gay or lesbian. But they keep the way that as powerful as the lobby is in the United States, they make it seem like there's more when it's not.
Right.
And what I don't like to hear people say, because my sister, she has a wife, and I love my sister to death, and her
hmm
wife, they're good people, but
hmm
even they admit, it's a bit much.
hmm hmm
It's to the point. Like I even told my sister a few times, said, "Look, why call yourself gay or lesbian? Why not just call it love? You choose to
hmm
love who you want, then go on
Right.
and do it.
Right.
But they
Yeah.
don't have to make it a big fucking issue and just throw it in the kid's face. That just doesn't make any sense to me.
hmm Yeah,
Because
exactly.
my line is not ending at my kids, because that's what
Right.
that would do. That would end your line right there.
hmm
My son
Yeah.
gets gay. Who's he? He's gonna make any more kids for me? No.
hmm
See, they don't
Yeah.
understand that shit.
No, they don't. And it's Yeah, it's sad to see the direction of, what society has taken and where things are going. And it's being promoted even more, and the message is coming through stronger. And it's almost like, well, look at the issues that are happening across the globe with population growth. Look at that. What's going to happen there? There's areas, there's countries in other, around the globe that are their numbers as far as population growth are scary. They're scary, The growth is just not happening, and they're even promoting within the country, "Hey, you guys need to get out here and make babies because the population is slowly declining." And that's what's gonna happen when you have these issues pop up like this, you
Yeah,
know?
look at Japan. I mean, Japan, they're
Mhm,
they're not pushing the gay agenda in school, of course, because that's not
mhm,
their setup. I mean, that
right,
society has been building itself for 250 years uninterrupted. And that
mhm,
is why people are so attracted to Japan because it's a pure society, if you will. It's they're
yeah,
truly Japanese, and they're not front. They're Japanese.
mhm,
So even though the gay community is trying to bust itself in there, I mean, they will accept you in Japan, but
mhm.
they have a problem with growth too, as far as making more families. I mean, they're trying to promote that, but they do have a problem there right now.
How many people are in the stream right now?
I only see you and me so far. I don't see anybody else in the stream at the moment. I did
Oh,
reach out
okay. So
to
it's we just having a conversation.
we just having a conversation. And see, I
Yeah.
did reach out to Saeed and people in the council, and I said, hey, um, you need to if you guys get a chance to come in. I invited Saeed to come on from Nigeria.
Okay.
He said he's
Mhm,
going to come on here within the next 40 minutes or so if we're on that long. Um,
mhm.
but I just really wanted to get this out here because and have this conversation because this society is not going in the direction that we needed to go.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, man. What do you think? Do you think we should probably maybe restart this stream in about an hour or something, where we can get more cats to chime in? Or what are your
Uh,
thoughts on that?
I'll see if we do get him in. I don't know what's going on in an hour. I know usually I'm about
Okay.
to eat lunch at the time, and I don't know what these guys
Hmm.
gonna do. I mean, to me, I know they got stuff going on, but if they're not able to get on, then they can just listen to it later on if they
Right.
want.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's like, I mean, I put the announcement out there. I know it was such short notice, but you
Hmm.
know,
Hmm.
if guys, to me, honestly, if guys aren't up to getting on the stream at right when they hear about it, either number one, they have something to do, or number two, they're just not interested in participating in the stream, and that's perfectly okay. That's their choice.
Right. Right.
I'm not going to inconvenience myself just to acquiesce to these other people who didn't even want to
Hmm.
get on the stream in the first place. Because then we may come back an hour later and they still may not be on the stream. We may instead of having just you and me, we may have like just me, you, Sean D, and Josh.
Hmm. Hmm.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
um,
Yeah,
so
man.
I know people got their lives, but and I took off today because man, I just wasn't feeling it today. But
Hmm.
I because
Hmm.
this is bothering me, brother. This Kevin Samuels thing is really bothering me because I was seeing brothers and sisters start to change their image a little
Oh
bit.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. In fact, he has had a lot of. I know he has um, a Facebook page, um, and I want to say, and I'm part of one of his groups, but I believe he has another separate page where he can connect people together, and he's actually connected quite a few couples, and they've gotten married. Based on just the change that a lot of women realized, by listening to his videos and taking some of his advice. And again, the tone can be harsh at times, but a lot of times you have to hear it that way
because that's the only way you can understand truly what's happening and what's working and what's not working, you
Yes.
know, and what's not working is what how you've been raised. And that's why he always reverts back to, you know, where your mom and dad married. Okay, how was your grandparents? Because really it goes back to the grandparents. That's where the true connection
Yeah.
lied. You know, it wasn't with our parents, it was with the grandparents, because that's, you know, things, the baby boomer generation is where things started to change, you know. So, you know, look at the happiness that the grandparents had, and that's truly where the connection was made, you know. So,
Yeah.
um mhm,
You're right, because a lot of the black women or the BWs, I should
mhm,
say,
yeah,
um,
yeah,
were great. Our grandparents were wonderful people.
yep,
They went through their BS just like we going today, but that was a different kind of BS. That was more
mhm,
economics, more transitional, if you will. Brothers were
mhm,
trying to get their footing right because the white
right,
man was beating us up so much.
exactly, and they still made it happen. They
Yeah,
still, you know, knew, you know, understood the roles in the household, and it was a peaceful household where two, you know, two people lived in harmony at the time, you know, because they understood things. But then that's again, that started to shift. So yeah, it's sad on many levels, man. Like I said, you know, I just don't know. You know, I really felt like, God damn, this brother's a prophet. This brother's really making a breakthrough here, and you know, the future starts to kind of, it's starting to look a little brighter with the messages that he's trying to promote and put out there. And he was getting some celebrity status and some feedback with, you know, certain individuals as well. Um, and even Nicki Minaj, when she was on this show, she came on because she's like, "Who is this guy? You know, he's talking about, you know, us like this, and you know, I'm hearing some negative stuff and negative tone." And you know, even he changed her thoughts because she didn't quite understand. And he said, "Listen, do you listen to my content?" And she's like, "Well, I've heard, you know, a little bit here and there." But he's like, "But have you truly dove into what I'm trying to say and promote?" And you know, she's like, "Well, no." And then he started talking more about it, and she even started to agree. You know what I'm saying? So it, if he's changed, you know, someone like her and her thought process, I mean, come on, you know.
yeah.
But
It's like they needed to listen to this brother because this brother was straight up truth. And like I said, you and I, we watched a lot of his videos, but we
mhm,
know where he was coming from. Yeah, if you
mhm,
walk into the middle of his video because somebody said, "Hey, listen to what he said bad about us," because they
mhm,
always seem to be about themselves. And see, I had mentioned something earlier on this video when before you got on the stream about the word what a relationship is. What people they all these BWs out there, these women out there saying like, oh, it marriage is work. It's work.
mhm.
No, and I kept telling people it's not work. It's commitment.
Yep,
Work is your job. Work is
right,
you work for your boss. You get paid to work.
exactly,
But when you get into
exactly.
a relationship, a marriage, it's about commitment. If I am committed to providing a home for my family, to making sure that my wife and my kids eat every day and sleep
Mhm,
in a comfortable bed and enjoy their lives every day. That is what I am as a family man am committed to. My
right.
wife is committed to making sure that her family and her home has good harmony in it. She's
Mhm,
committed to keeping the house managed well. She's committed to
mhm,
making sure our lives are managed well.
right.
See, and so when people sit up there and say, "Oh, yeah, you didn't marry a BW. Oh, how are you gonna be one of us?" Well, look, I married a Japanese woman, but I've been happily married for 15 years with two beautiful kids and a wife. So
Mhm,
does that make me wrong? Does that make me a bad person? If I'm gonna tell a person in their face that if you want to get that type of success, you need to get out of the country and
right.
go elsewhere.
Exactly,
And it's not,
exactly.
I'm not trying to say that every BW in America or every woman in America, if you will, are going to bring you down. It's just that the way that this society has been structured
Hmm.
over the last 50 plus years, it has been structured to destroy, especially black men.
Hmm.
And
Yep.
so it looks like we got somebody watching now. And so, it's been structured to destroy black men, beat us down to the point to where I can't even go to Costco without some white dude trying to get my attention just to act like he's cool.
Hmm. Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know the type. You walking in there.
Oh yeah.
Real fast. I walk fast. This dude with his woman just so he can look good. Hey man, I'm like, who the hell's this fool? You know?
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
but programmatically, I had to be like, hey man, hey, what's up? Like, what am I, a celebrity to you? Do I know you?
Hmm.
What am I to you? So now I'm thinking the next time that happens, I'll just ignore them because I don't know who that fool is.
Right.
And then they
Yep.
gonna come back with a negative attitude. Oh man, you racist because you don't want to speak to me. No, motherfucker, I don't know you. That's why I don't need to talk to you. Is what I would like to say.
Exactly.
And I'm a man.
Exactly.
And because you see a strong black man walking down the Costco, you think you need to rub off on him.
Hmm. Yep. It's true. That's true, man.
So Kevin Samuels represented the strong black men. What Kevin
Yep.
Samuels represented, you remember growing up, you and I, we grew up, we watched the black exploitation movies. We watched the
Hmm.
Superflies, Hell Up in Harlem, Across 110th Street. What up, International? You know what I'm saying? We did that. We watched all that. And
Hmm.
we grew up on Shaft and them. So those were images of strong black men at a time where they were trying to beat us down.
Right. Right.
The Hammer,
Exactly.
remember Fred the Hammer Williamson, Big
Yep. Fred and
Badass,
Hammer. Yep.
Kansas City Chiefs, Jim Brown, the brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Men.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Snoop Dogg. I mean, these brothers, Dr. Dre, these are men.
Hmm.
They ain't no damn simp that like that damn Pete Davidson dude that's putting the tattoos of Kim
Oh
Kardashian's
my
children
gosh.
on his
I
ass.
couldn't. I couldn't believe that when I saw that.
Right?
I couldn't believe that. And it's like the one cat that was being led into his own wedding reception on a dog leash.
On a dog leash. This fool going into his wedding reception on a dog leash.
Ridiculous. It's
With the
ridiculous.
it's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. And yeah, Mr. Natasha, you're right. It's a shame that every time we get a black figure, the white man kills him and then but see, but Mr. Natasha, let me add to that, brother. It's not the white man a lot. It's the BW. Because they see, here's the thing that you guys got to understand. The gay community, the white male, the people who are behind the demasculinization of black males, they have a perfect tool. And that tool is the gay BW.
Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
they know that she gets the most attention. And when
Hmm.
her mouth opens, it's big.
Exactly.
And they figured out a caricature to use to broaden their horizons. And
Yep.
that caricature is the BW.
Yep. That's true. Hey, shout out to Mr. International, man. That's the truth, brother. What you putting up in comments. That's the
Yes, Mr.
truth.
Antos, thank you, brother. That is so true, brother, what you're saying, because he is
Hmm.
he is a sloppy seconds loser. Yes, he is, and a damn simp. There is
And
no way in his hell that I would ever put anybody's kid or somebody else's kids on my body.
yep. And back, with Kevin again, man, and it is sad to see people celebrating. And it's, groups of people that celebrating are the modern women, masculine energy women, the toxic females, the modern feminists, the beta males, and the simps, all of them just having a big party about it, you know? And it's sad because that's who he was trying to help. Those are the ones he's trying to get through to, you know? And I don't know, man. I don't know if we got somebody else in the mix that can bring the message like that, you
Well,
know?
you and I, right now, we in the mix. You and I and the brothers, we're
Yep.
gonna do our part in our circle to ensure that the brothers are gonna be men
Right. Exactly.
because we're men.
Exactly.
And I mean, that's the least that we can do. I mean, we're no Kevin Samuels. I mean, we have jobs. We rely on others that are not in this industry to make a living off of.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but I tell you right now, but I'm gonna tell you straight up, brothers, the day I retire, I'm not gonna give a fuck about none of these people. I'm gonna be
Exactly.
loud and boisterous.
Right.
I'm
Right.
gonna say what I want to say, face plaster all over it. I'm not gonna give a shit what these people think
Yep.
because the thing is I'm literally gonna be off the plantation.
Yep.
That's what I'm getting. I'm getting off the plantation. No matter what they say, we still on the plantation. People don't even know it in this country. They're
They
working
don't.
on the. You know how they say you work remotely? Well, even at your job, if you go in the office or not, you're remotely working off a plantation.
You are. That is so right. So true, brother. So
Because
true.
just because the master's not whipping you with the belt, the master's whipping you. Like, for example, you calling to work sick or you take a vacation. Fools are like, well, take your laptop with you. Make sure you can be reachable. I'm on vacation. I don't
Hmm.
want to be reached.
Exactly. That's why it's called vacation.
That's why it's called vacation.
Hmm.
You only ask me to do that because it's voluntary. I don't have to answer nothing. I've covered
Hmm.
myself. You have enough. If just because you don't have the coverage to take care of things when I'm going, that's your concern, not mine.
That's right.
The last
That's
thing I
right.
want to do is answer somebody's email when I'm on vacation.
Exactly. Hey, TB, does Mr. International have the call-in number? Maybe we should get him on
Oh
on
yeah,
on the
yeah. Let me
stream here because
drop that. Yeah, Miss Anderson, let me drop that panel for you, brother.
he's
So you
speaking some knowledge right now in the comment section.
so you can peep this knowledge. That's right. We need to put that in the comments section, man, so you can peep this knowledge.
Yeah,
Um,
he's speaking it. He's speaking it heavy right now.
see if I got it. Got it working. Yeah, here we go. Hey, Mr. International, go ahead and get on this panel, brother, because you speaking some knowledge, brother. That's my
Hmm.
homeboy from back east near Philly. We got we all got. When people say when I get excited, man, the Philly accent start coming out. Like, what's up, yo, what's up, baby, what's up?
Yo, yo, yo.
In Philly, man, we can
Exactly.
talk like 15 motherfuckers at one time. That's how Philly is, man. Chicago, y'all a lot more mellower, even though y'all got the energy. Y'all be
A
like,
little,
all right, wait, let me hold that shit down to
little,
6
little laid back, but the
Yo,
message still comes through.
you got that laid back Midwestern kick, you know. But the funny thing
Hmm.
about Chicago is those slap will come out of nowhere on these bitches. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Up in the house, Mr. International on this motherfucker. What's up?
Mr. International.
What's
What's
up,
going,
OGs, man? We
what's
got
going on?
every time you make these videos, man, I always catch them, man. I'm looking forward to more and more, man, because VSP, your platform's going to grow if you keep doing this stuff because we need people like you. We need people like, IP and my man, One Master Teacher. I see Derek Taylor in some of those streams too, and also the group chat. So
Hmm.
I know he's around just like me. We need more
Yep,
stuff like this. So I appreciate just you even having a stream, even if it's just us three. It starts like that, but you never know
that's
who
right.
we talk to after that. You know what I mean?
Well,
So
thanks, brother. I'm gonna actually do a Twitter account. I'm gonna create a BSP Twitter and also Instagram too now, man, because me and DT were just talking about filling in a little bit for Kevin Samuels. We can't do Kevin Samuels, man, but we can help people within our own circle.
Hmm.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, we're not. It ain't nothing. We're not trying to be Kevin Samuels, like
Right.
similar to what IP said. When I'll say for the past 8 months or how long Kevin Samuels been doing this thing. Let's say a year. So it
Hmm.
hasn't been more than 2 years. Maybe 2 years already passed,
About
but
two at most. Yeah, two
yeah,
at
about
most.
two
I've
at
been listening
most.
to him almost 2 years.
Yeah, yeah. So the thing is, though, Kevin Samuels, he definitely let the Americans know about what's going on about simping and all this stuff, and how we gotta
Hmm.
stop, breaking our backs to provide for somebody that probably is going to end up divorcing us for half of our money and stuff like that. And I found it interesting that one thing that even IP said a long time ago that we're the answers to Kevin Samuels' problems. Like he got the answer for a lot of things, and then they say, "All right, Kevin Samuels, what's next?" Then if we're stuck in the matrix and this is so bad, what's next? And it's crazy that that we actually have the answers for that. And one day, man, sooner or later, like the last time we talked on this group chat, we were talking deep about jobs and all that. One day, man, you're gonna see me in those group chats that I'm still in, that I don't be talking about, but I'll be watching, and I'm gonna make y'all proud, man. I'm gonna go crazy more than any of those guys. I'll be thinking about it, and my vision is different, man. And I believe once I start doing this stuff, it's not going to stop, and you're going to see the difference between, let's just say a Mac and a regular person doing this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I've been
Well,
learning.
just
Well,
be yourself,
Well,
brother.
guess what, Mr. National? We already proud of you, brother, because you
Yeah,
always speak your heart. You always speak knowledge, and you always
right.
chime in with straight nothing but the truth. So you already making that move. So it
You
ain't,
are,
it ain't nothing that's gonna be coming later. You already started doing that, you know?
Yeah, I'm talking about the
So you gotta
big
give
move stuff. All the
yeah, but
stuff that I
you
learned from
doing
y'all
your thing, brother.
guys. Yeah, I know I am. I am. That's socially, and that's good. But all the stuff that I learned from y'all guys, Vancouver, Canada, Japan, South America, Central America, all that type of stuff, man. I the past listen a long time now. I just been sitting and learning and learning and learning. And listen, man, I won't even be like Kevin Samuels. I won't even be as inviting to let people in and discuss their opinions. And I won't even
Mhm.
really discuss a lot about all the negativity. But the negativity is going to come when they see the results and they see what I'm doing and why I'm traveling and having so much fun. That's where the negativity is going to come. And what I'm gonna do with that is ignore it. I might say a few things when somebody gets out of hand and checkmate them with a comment that they wasn't expecting to happen. But I'm gonna be focusing
Right.
on the goals. I'm gonna be focused on the harems. If Tony Berry knows what I'm talking about, the harems and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And my OGs going crazy down in South America with multiple women and polygamy marriage and stuff like that. Like how the African kings used to do. That's what I'm really into. Polygamy marriage and all that. Man,
Yeah.
when all these haters see you with two beautiful dimes that aren't complaining and love each other, they can't say nothing and say, dang, I wish I could have that relationship. So that's really my goal, to blow them away so bad that they know that I'm right, and they know that, and they think about what they're doing and ask, are they doing it right?
That's right. Stun
Well,
'em.
well, yeah,
Stun 'em.
because the thing is, Mr. International, you got to understand too, is one thing that you mentioned earlier about people losing money to these ex-wives and whatnot. What we need to do, brothers, is we need to also work on our selection process of these
Yes.
women,
Vetting.
because you can improve your status with these women, not status, but you can improve your outcome. There you go,
Mhm.
your outcome of your marriage. Because I don't know if you caught the gist of it earlier, Mr. International, but marriage is not about work. Marriage is about commitment.
Right.
Because
Mhm.
commitment keeps you married. Love doesn't keep you married. Love doesn't keep you feeding your family. Commitment
True.
keeps you feeding. And I learned this in Asia a long time ago when I was living in Japan. Is Japanese don't tell each other they love each other that much. I mean, me and my wife do. We do, but a lot of them don't. But they know you love them because you committed to them. You don't have to
Mhm.
say. See, they don't believe in the Hollywood bullshit. And the
Right.
problem is a lot of BWs, a lot of Americans, and you know what I mean when I'm saying Americans, is they believe in the Hollywood bullshit. They want a
Mhm.
man to work his
They
ass
believe
off
in the
all day.
Hallmark bull crap. You ever watch the
Yeah,
Hallmark show? Yeah, they believe in that
yeah,
bull
that's
crap.
all bullshit, man. You come home
Exactly. That's
with
exactly it.
light candles by the bathtub and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Who got time to do
Mhm.
that shit all the time?
Right.
Just bend your ass over. Let's get it on. We good to go. You know what I'm
And
saying? Some
also,
nights that's all you really want.
hey, and
You know?
BSP also, even though, listen, screening and vetting women too, and also, just the simple things, before, if you got a girl that really cares about you, she probably won't even care about signing, the prenuptials or the bad buy trust or whatever, looking for the extra measure to make sure your finances are safe and that you can have a good relationship, no matter worry about little things like that. A girl is less inclined to divorce you when she knows she ain't gonna get nothing from you because you was smart enough to even predict that. So now she's going to divorce you off of happiness instead of financial gains. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
That's
because
right.
a woman think in this West, they think they can just spread their legs and get pregnant and they set for the rest of their life. That's what they are led to believe. Just spread your leg. Oh, and you see them walking down the street looking at each other like, yep, you got him, girl. You got him.
Yep.
You good to go
Yep.
for the rest of your
All
life.
the time.
Man. But what they don't understand is this. And we know we got some people going through this. Me and DT know this. When the woman think that they're gonna be rich when they get divorced, they're not rich because they're only gonna be financially helped out as long or financially assisted as long as that said ex is living. Once
Right.
that ex is dead, what they gonna do if he get killed or something stupid happens? Then what they gonna
They're,
do? Then how
they're
they
gonna
gonna
mo- they're gonna move on to the next victim. It's
they gonna
exactly what
they
they
gonna
do
move
all the time.
and get them another Pete Davidson bitch like Kim Kardashian got. Because I'm
Yep.
telling you right now, speaking on her, she is used and abused.
Big
This
time.
bitch got rich, got wealthy off of the Ray J video.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
she was showing her ass on the Ray J video. Of course, every man in the world gonna want to come. Oh man, she's super freak. She's a super freak.
Yep.
You know,
I'm surprised she still has a back.
I'm surprised she still got a bag, and I'm surprised she done had what 2-3 kids with Kanye.
Yep.
He done
And this
knocked that
fool
ass
gets
up 3 times, I think.
and this fool gets her. He gets Kanye's kids tattooed on him.
Yeah,
How stupid is how simpish is that? He
yeah.
should
Then
be
you
in
go
the
see these other girls
dictionary
saying,
for a cent.
"Ooh,
and he
I
was
got
even
2 kids.
listen.
I'm
Ye
marry this
was
dude.
even a little.
He
Hey,
gonna
yo,
tattoo
Ziggy,
my kid's name on his body. They're gonna be making dudes tattoo their kid's name on their body now."
Yep.
yeah. And the thing is, listen, even though Kanye, kind of in a sense, he had a good outcome with Kim K, the best out of all the little bachelors through the years. Kanye had the best. You know, he played it the right way, but we still tabooed him about hating Kim K because how bad her baggage was. So like he made a song. He made a song and he like practically, like saying his bygones and stuff. We know he still care about it, but at the end of the day, he's helping himself out by moving on with her. He's gonna find a legitimate wife. But this guy Pete Davidson, the guy off of Guy Code, you know what I mean? The guy, the comedian, this guy is a complete idiot, man. She's literally, I know for a fact that they're not getting married. If they get married, she's just using the guy because I know just deep down that that's not even her social status. This guy right here, he's just lucky,
No.
She's using this guy as a rebound, and he doesn't even know it, So this guy's a complete idiot.
I just don't get it. I really don't understand how some of these cats can, and not really talking about Pete Davidson, but more like, like say for instance, Will Smith. Look at what Johnny Depp's going through. I mean, they've got the whole world out here full of 12s that they can have, but yet they settle for like garbage, and all the time. I mean, these guys are like multi-millionaire, hundreds of millions of dollars. They could fly over to Dubai, they could fly over to wherever they want and find the top person there in that country. But yet they want to settle for a Keisha on a block or somebody that's just stupid. You know what I mean? That's going to turn them into a simp.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
cousin of mine
sad.
to sit up here and say that Kevin Samuels is not somebody she can respect. Here's what she said. I quote: "I don't know this dude, but just from reading about the events surrounding his death, this is definitely not a dude I can respect." Bitch, you ain't even listened to his videos. You never watched his videos. What I want to come back and say to her, I'm gonna say
Who is
you need
that?
to watch his video.
Who said that?
That's my cousin. She happened to fall in to the category that he's trying to keep women out of. She's in her 50s. She's single. She's lonely. She probably ain't had a dude in years.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's up, fella?
What up?
Hey, Mr. DC Sean Camp in the
What's
house. What's going on?
Hey, I just jumped in, man. Speaking of the Amber Heard thing, man, you know that broad shitted on his pillow. Did y'all hear that?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, she shitted
That's
on, like, when they was together. She shitted on his pillow, on Johnny Depp pillow.
yep.
Yeah,
Yep. I
these
heard
women
about
are
that.
weird, man. They got no class and sophistication, man. We shouldn't even get started, man. I watched a little bit of that court case, and they was talking about muffins for 2 minutes straight. And I only got to hear about that. I'm like, what is? I thought this was a serious case. Y'all over here talking about who gave who muffins and all that. Man, this system is corrupt. What are they even talking about? You know what I mean?
Exactly, Mr. National. That's exactly it. Yes. So what's up, DT? Sean, what do you what's your thoughts, bro?
DC, what's your thoughts on this, brother? DC, did
I
he cut
think
off on us?
we might have got DC lost on that one.
No, man.
Hey,
Uh,
where you go? Where you go, Sean?
I'm responding to my cousin's Facebook thing, man. Both are now. I got a dude up in here saying the same thing about I can't respect him. I said, y'all need to watch this video, man.
It's stupid, man. It's just yeah.
Man,
They gonna watch a
hey,
5-minute excerpt and say he's nothing.
yeah, and how is a brother going to even open his mouth and say something like that, man, without even watching the video, man? This is sad, and that's why we can't take everybody with us. And at the end of the day, that's beneficial
Thank
for
you.
us. We gotta start thinking about the long-term situation and investing in foreign property and stuff like that, and getting out of the matrix so we can start building stuff. You know what I mean? Because these guys are straight up idiots.
Hey,
That's
Mr.
right.
International, I've been saying that for a minute now, man. Like, I just told Tony earlier, I was like, you still got a lot of dudes out here. They be like, nah, man, I know the sisters acting fucked up, man, but we gotta save them. They black. And I be telling them, like, dude, you gonna spend all your time and energy trying to save people who don't fuck with you.
hmm
So I'm like, dude, you need to get off of that. You gotta find happiness for yourself. Fuck them at this point.
Yep.
Like, yeah, I mean, if you don't see it by now, something wrong with you.
Hey,
Mhm.
hey, have you guys ever heard of something that's, it goes on for about a long time. It's called black on black crime. Or have you ever heard about blacks back in the day in the slave trade and portraying black people? The only reason why I
Yeah,
bring
yeah,
that
we
up
heard
is
about that.
Yeah,
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 it was
yeah.
I know y'all
simp.
have. That was a sarcastic question. I know y'all OGs
Right.
heard about it. The reason
Yeah,
No,
why
yeah.
but
I
I
brought it
get
up,
where you going. Yeah.
yeah, man, you listen, man. Go ahead and keep on trying to invite everybody into this fountain of youth or this oasis or this El Dorado or Atlantis, and you're gonna sink the whole goddamn city, man. You can't take
Right.
everybody with you, man. And I'm telling you, man, you'll get stabbed in your back, or you'll be making a video. After in the video, one of your videos that are about to go live is somebody recording you editing the video and spoil it, and now your video won't go viral because somebody already leaked it, man. You better be careful who you're inviting in your corner, man. Not everybody is with you. Not everybody's for the cause. Not everybody's Barry Sanders in a sense, if you know what I mean. Not everybody's Malcolm X. Some people are.
Yeah.
Some people are. Ben Carson was a good person, but they call him a coon and stuff. So I'm gonna just use him for that example. I always use Ben Carson in a good way, but not
Right.
everybody's
Right.
Barack Obama. Some people are Ben Carson. If you want to say that, like. You gotta be
Yeah.
careful.
Yeah.
Well,
That's true,
unfortunately, in
bro.
our community, there's a lot more simps than men. It's apparent.
Right.
It's apparent when I see some of these simp reviews on Twitter about Kevin Samuels talking all this bullshit about it. They only watch a 5-minute excerpt when some woman said, "Go watch that," and then
Uh-huh.
you gonna watch, but she tell you to watch, but you're not gonna dig under the rug.
And
You
that's
know?
why he always used to say, that's why he used to always ask these brothers, were you raised by your mom?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, there's the problem right there. You
Yeah.
didn't have that manly fatherly figure in your life,
I agree
It's
with him
crazy, man.
100% because I was raised by my mom, and it took me years to wipe the simp off me because I made a lot of
Yeah.
simp errors. Ended up in marriages that I didn't need to be in because I
Same
thought
here.
that was the best thing to do. And I like
Yep.
what Derek is going through, DT going through right now, where he's saying, you know what, I got to think about myself.
Yep. Yep.
Well, yeah. But you know what, man? And I ain't gonna lie, man. And I credit this. I think what saved me early with women was me being in the streets. And I
Yeah.
say that because like when
You
you
breaking up.
hustling, getting money, you see everybody's intentions.
Okay, got you.
Uh, uh, hold
You
on.
You
breaking up.
breaking up,
You
brother? You
breaking up,
good?
Hold
DC.
on.
Good spot? Were you near the Pentagon?
I
They
gotta
blocking you? What's going
cut
on?
this. I just got back in. Hold on.
He
I
is
cut
near
it
the
on my
Pentagon,
Sound
ain't
like the
Wi-Fi.
government getting you,
All
man.
right, can
Sound
you
like the
hear me
government.
now?
Hey, government, if y'all hear me, tell y'all can kiss my ass if you
Man,
hear
I
me.
just
U.S.
walked in the house here. I don't know why.
Forget the Pentagon. So now let me
I don't
stop.
know what's going on. Yeah, it's still jacked up.
No, you good now, I think.
Good now,
I
brother.
can hear
Hold
you.
up.
Yeah,
I
you
can,
must be a 14th
yeah,
Street high.
I was about to say I can hear y'all fine. Yeah, but no, I was saying that because like when you getting money, right? You truly can see everybody intentions there, and I saw how women acted back then at an early age, like when you got money, how they would like try to slut themselves out to you. And it was like even older women, like I'm like, damn, like y'all trying to fuck because I got some bread, like. And at the time, I'm like 19, 18, 19, 20, like, and these motherfuckers was like in their 30s, some of them. But I saw like how they just do anything for money, basically. And that helped me moving forward. Cause I mean I had uncles and stuff teaching me too, but it wasn't like I just learned early how to deal with women on that tip, like how they just just don't have no morals or not just because a person making money.
Right.
And I thought that was always just crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, like y'all willing to do all this shit just because y'all know I'm making bread? That's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying?
That was a good education right there, man. You're right. It helped me
Exactly.
out a little bit too because I was able to see the bullshit. You know, I think that's what kept me from going all crazy. You know,
Yeah, cause
because a lot of times, man, like they call themselves queens and all this other crap. And if you call a woman in Japan a queen, they would look like they would be so embarrassed. They'd be like, "I'm not no queen. I'm just another woman."
they just another woman. Yeah,
That's the way
yeah.
they believe. They don't want to be put up on the pedestal because they feel very uncomfortable being put out there in the front.
That's because they feel guilty. When you call them that, they start to feel guilty. Like, dang, like, I really deceived you right there. And you calling me that, but deep down, you don't even know how evil and how corrupt and ugly my insides are, like personality wise. So she's like, wait, I'm just a normal girl. Or they ask a question, why are you liking me? Come on, man. Like, but she's really telling you, like, hey, man, I'm just like everybody else. I might got a pretty face, but why do you like me? I'm just like everybody else. So deep down, she telling you she ain't nothing, but she try to play it off with benign questions and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because did you notice too on the story on Kevin Samuels' death that CNN didn't even have it up on there?
No, a lot of people, they, like I said, that's what made it so hard to confirm everything because it really wasn't on no like news outlets. It was coming from the YouTube and Twitter verse. That's why it was so hard to confirm everything.
That's because they blackballed my boy, man. They blackballed him. He's not gonna be on any of those news sites, man.
Yeah. He ain't gonna be on no big news thing.
Everybody will forget about this guy, except the guys that took the red pill or whatever. Guys will remember him, but a lot of people are going to forget about him and say, "Remember when Kevin Samuels was alive? He used to bash what man." They're going to forget about him, but we're not going to forget about him. And he did a great job because he motivated a few people, even if it's 10,000 black men. He motivated them, and he will never be forgotten, no matter how much they try to wipe him out or blackball him.
Right.
Yep. And like I was telling Tony earlier, we can view truth as hate, but sometimes you got to take that bold medicine and it don't taste sweet. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what he was throwing, is that medicine at people, and especially the BWs, and they just didn't want to accept it. They didn't want to accept it. And it was the
Yeah,
truth. And that's the
and,
thing, you know?
and like I said, once man, like I said, Charles Tyler wasn't even talking down, really talking
That's
down
right.
on them, and they still went at him when he passed. That's
I
how
was
because
I
they didn't
surprised
see
to
want
it.
the
hear that
brothers to
too.
go to Brazil.
Yeah,
They don't
I was
want the
Yeah,
surprised to.
competition.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that's what's going to happen. They're always going to say that kind of stuff because, like you said, Sean, Charles Tyler was promoting brothers to get out and explore the world and
Yeah.
realize that, hey, there are women that will treat you like a king because that's how they were raised. And of course, you would get the negative women talking like, oh, they just want a visa. They just want to, come over here
Hmm.
and live here. A
And,
lot of times they don't even want to come over here.
yeah,
They want to stay in
and
their own country.
to be
And
honest, that's the
right,
ones you want for real. Them the ones
right.
you want.
Hey, Sean Taylor, at the end of the day, last time I checked, man, what is it? $3,000. Let's just stretch it out. $3,000 to get them into the state, and at the end of the day, I mean, maybe a little things like food or nothing, but they're not asking for nothing else. Maybe a dress from TJ Maxx or whatever. Now add up all the bags you bought for your westernized girlfriend for a year, and
Yep.
just double that. You know what I mean? So like
Shit,
Mhm.
the
not
gift
double,
certificate with
triple
that.
that shit. You
Yep.
got triple
Yeah,
that
man.
shit, Mr.
Yep.
International. That's
Yeah.
triple.
Yeah, but I get your
And,
point.
and see, in DC, before you got up here too, we were talking about like mate selection, like the selection process for mates, man. How so many of us didn't know how to select a mate.
Nope.
You get the pussy, you're like, yeah, oh, the pussy good. I'm good to go. But see, I've been talking to DT a lot, and I'm
Hmm.
noticing that he's beyond that because we know DT's in the solid relationship, or I wouldn't say it's solid, I would say in a highly sexual relationship, right? And we
Right,
know you
right.
Right.
get
With
primo sex,
with
but
the Latvian.
Hmm.
with the Latvian. But what I
Right.
love about DT's perspective is that is not going to decide. That is not a deciding factor in whether he wants to spend the rest of his life with any female.
Right. Exactly.
Well,
And I,
and then look at the war he just got out of too.
yeah,
You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
yeah,
So he's being optimistically cautious anyway. You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
Right. Right. And
Yeah,
A lot of
yeah.
men,
So,
unfortunately,
Hey,
don't
but
see that.
that's so
a lot of men don't learn from. Like I just seen dudes who bet my situation, their situation, they go right back out and do the same thing. They not properly
same
vetting.
thing. And
Yeah,
Like
and
you know what I'm
I was a
saying?
victim of that.
Or yeah,
and that's not easy to do.
yeah,
Let me tell you,
yeah.
brother, it's not easy to do because here you're in a situation where, with me at least, my marriage of 20 years, towards the end, it was more masculine energy bumping up against masculine energy. And that's just not going to fly with me, right? So when you get out of that situation and you meet someone
That's not gonna fly. Yeah,
that's straight ultra feminine, you can easily kind of fall into that, oh shit, what the hell have I been missing out on? And get into a
yeah.
false
You can
sense of
get fucked.
reality
You
for a
can get
minute.
fucked up. Yeah,
You're right,
hey,
right.
hey, brothers,
right.
and it's only getting better for us too, man. Because even in the situation is is bad that the war's going on. But listen, now these Ukrainian women. This is just an example. They're going to now. If you argue with me, which one has more high tech and more up the par, and what's a better country, Poland or Ukraine? Just I might have picked Poland. Ukraine had the better women, but now the women from Ukraine are going to Poland.
To
So
Poland.
now,
Yeah.
listen, man, I just see the doors and avenues opening up more and more as time goes by and stuff like that. And like I said, not everybody can come with us. And at the end of the day, do you really want everybody to come with us? Not with some of the holdings and gold and treasure that we're gonna find, man. Nobody wants to split up a treasure box with 20 pirates. They rather split it up with 7. You know what I mean? So at the end of
Yep,
the day,
yep.
Mhm.
hey, these opportunities are opened up to
Hey,
us, and they're going to mix Polish, half Polish mixed with Ukrainian. And the people are trying to make these Ukrainian women refugees wives, and some of them are the top scale. Just because they're refugees doesn't mean that they're bad. I mean that they're bad and broke. They just had to leave a war-torn country. So, more of the story is
Ready or not,
is
here
right,
I
man.
come. You can't hide. Remember that?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
I'm
right.
thinking about
Amen.
all the corners, man. All the corners we got to cover. And like I said, Kevin Samuels has motivated a lot of us, and we're thankful for him being a mainstream black man to motivate his cause, and he'll never be forgotten. That's all I gotta say. And we're
No,
going
he'll
to
never be
live 2
forgotten.
times harder for this guy and for all the people that I learned from, and you know how it goes, man.
Yeah, yeah.
But
And one thing too with Kevin is that he not only tried to break through, to a lot of women with his tone, which was much needed, but he also let them know, listen, if you don't change now, guess what?
yeah,
Becky, Marisol, Tina, all of them are waiting in these other countries. They're waiting for you to slip because they're gonna pull them like this. They're gonna pull them easily. Because we are the most sought after brothers on our male species
Yeah.
on the
Right.
planet.
Yep.
You know,
And just like
so
DT, I was going to bring this up because I was talking to DC about it earlier, where he had mentioned it to me that he had a conversation the other day with you and Josh
mhm,
about how the West is going to affect the rest of the world. Now,
yes,
from my experience, that is not going to be the case because I know in Japan, women don't want to be. Yeah, you might have the occasional big mouth Japanese girl running around. She lived in the U.S. and she didn't. She might have got her pussy eaten by one of these bitches over here, and then
mhm,
she might be thinking, okay, well, hey, you don't deserve to be that. You got to be like this. But the majority of these women, they don't want nothing to do with these Western women.
yeah,
no,
that's why I was trying to tell. Yeah, and see, and I brought that up, Derek, because basically the comments like the black women been making about Kevin Samuel, and I
mhm,
brought that up to Tony because no, I don't care what country. Say like if they had some type of Kevin Samuels individual, say like in Thailand, Philippines, or whatever.
right,
Yeah,
Even if he passed was going hard like that, they would never talk down on him like that in death.
no,
That
mhm,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, regardless of if some of them girls be on social media or whatever, it's only going to be to a certain point that they can go, because
mhm,
like they how they been brought up, they keep most of them keep their traits
yes,
about them. You see what I'm saying? Like you,
true.
even the ones who, because I know some dudes, right? They mess with like chicks who like they met them on IG, like in Colombia or DR or Thailand, Philippines with us. Man, as soon as they married them chicks, you never saw them on IG no more. You know
No.
what I'm saying? Because they know they got a good situation with that dude pulling them out that bullshit, out of poverty,
The average
basically.
female overseas,
Yeah,
man,
they not
they
gonna fuck that up.
no, their number
Most
one
of them
female
not.
is Japan.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
had a female overseas, and she did whatever I wanted, man. And she was Costa Rican. And the only reason why we didn't work out is because I wasn't serious about it. Of course, I was young and stuff. But 2 situations, I had a Colombian girl and a Costa Rican girl, and both of those situations put me on the path I am today. Because when I was being a Mac and I made that girl cry, and I never really made a girl cry. Usually, girls are just, oh, I'll get a new guy, blah 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 blah. This girl,
Right.
she broke down. That joint turned me into a guy that that really realized what true love and commitment was. And hey, if I ever stumble across a girl like that ever again, I know what to do with her, and I probably won't do her dirty, because shoot, that type of female only comes around once in a blue moon. So the 2 females that I had as girlfriends that were from overseas, I have no complaints.
Mm,
The only thing I had to say is, hey man, if I was in a better predicament, I could go out to Costa Rica, Mamone, that's where she was from, and actually, man, it would have been a little better, So
Was she like a brown or dark skin Costa Rica? Because that a lot of the dark skin, brown skin ones live in Lamont.
yeah, she was brown skinned. She was bad,
Yeah,
man. She was pretty
yeah, they be
consistent.
bad. Yeah,
Yeah, But my Colombian joint, she was a fair skinned, light skinned joint. She was right off the boat because where I'm from, most of the girls come right off the boat. And she was all that and then some. I watch all my homies' videos. Some of my homies, they're YouTubers and they're blowing up. I watch them. I'll be looking at some of these Colombian girls, and not so many of them even compared to her. So I knew I had a good one back in the day. And more of the story is, no matter how bad both of those girls were, one thing that they had in common was that they acted right and they were submissive and it was girly, more girly than any girl from the States could be because all this masculinity going around.
You're feminine.
Yeah, they were feminine.
They
women.
feminine. Yeah, they went. Yeah, and that's what I said, man. They not, most of them not gonna pivot off of that. Even the ones you see on social media, they still gonna cook for you. Like they still gonna fuck your brains out. Most of them, you know what I'm saying? Like clean. And I'm saying even the ones on social media in them countries. Now, if you bring them back here, that could be a problem if they was on social media like that. They start getting on their head, yeah. But like I said, and especially in them third world countries, it until they change like laws and stuff, that's to me, that's the biggest issue. Say like they start giving them like welfare in these countries, like some type of assistance, shit like that. Then you can see that shit take effect because they'll have the government back.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But that shit, man, like just looking at them comments, these women in other countries would never talk like that about a man dying. Yeah.
No, they don't put men down. I mean, because that's not going to help them move forward.
Right.
That's good. That's going to take them further and further away from raising a family.
Yeah.
Also, hey, last thing I'm gonna say for a little bit too. I want to jump on that because Sean, you got a point. And the reason why they waited until he died to give him his roses and also to slander him, and why they wanted to set him when he was alive is because these BWs are weak. And when they used to come on his channel and Kevin Samuels used to school them, they used to get off the camera and start crying like, "Dang, yo, he's right." You know what I mean? Go back to their house and with their kittens and all by themselves. And, it was going to their plug, buying weed and smoking about it, thinking about it, and saying, "I'm not gonna change for anybody" and stuff like that. But when they was on that camera, they used to get exposed really, really badly. So the thing is, that shows their weakness. That when he was alive, they'll argue with him, and he used to checkmate them, and then they would lose. But when he died, it's like, oh man, now he can't checkmate me, or he can't checkmate, or it might have been a girl that was sitting in the corner just watching. She might have subscribed to him, but never commented on any of his posts. She's like, yes, he's finally dead. I can say whatever I want about him, and he ain't gonna say nothing. So that shows how weak they are. They waited till a guy died to talk about him and to belittle him. And even if y'all had differences in opinions, that's messed up. That just because you had differences in opinions, that you bashed somebody after they died. If somebody was even a Ku Klux Klan member, you know what I mean? I might hate him and stuff, but I'm not gonna. Let's say he saved 6 kids in a firehouse or whatever, the house burned on fire. He saved 6 kids. I don't care what he was. He did a good thing saving those kids, and at the end of the day, I'll say he did a good thing. I might not like what he believed in, but he still saved those kids, and that was a good thing. You know what I mean? That's the kind of sense of Kevin Samuels. He was doing a good thing, and you still can't say, "Oh well, he did do some good things." I didn't like everything he said. If a girl said that, right? If I seen a girl say that, and she was in my area, I'd be like, "Oh, you know what? She's kind of smart." So even though she didn't like everything he said, she had the common sense to say, "Oh, this guy, he had some good points." She didn't agree with him, but he still was an okay guy. You know what I mean? Instead of bashing.
But
So I really
Mr.
hate that. It shows how
International,
weak they are.
but
That's
Mr.
true. That's true, Mr.
International,
National.
I'm gonna tell you this, Mr. International. What's so funny? I don't know if y'all gonna agree with me or not, but I bet the same women he made cry because they knew he was right. I bet the next day they was back on their bullshit.
Yeah,
I
think
they
so.
were.
Because what you said,
Yeah.
my mom did do the same shit. She would talk bad about my dad and my grandmom and everybody that died, and she gonna open a big ass mouth and start talking bad about them. That's what they do. That's their MO.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
Hey, and
That's
no offense
exactly
to you,
it.
Tony Berry. No offense to you, Tony Berry. No offense to anybody. But what kind of MO is that? What kind of
Yeah.
standards is that? What kind of morals do you have like that? Why don't you say it to the person's face? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
but
getting
see
at.
that because she was 25 years old in 1970. She is the start of the BW beating down the black male. See, she was around when the birth control pill came out in the 60s. And then as soon as the pill came out, oh, they don't need a fool now. Oh, I can screw who I want, not get pregnant. Oh, I'm good to go. And then they start doing this equal rights stuff. And like some of the sisters said in the videos that Sean and them had on the group page, hey, equality does not work in the house. Yeah, you
Right.
equal to your job, you equal when you walking out the world. But in my house, equality ain't gonna work. In anybody's house, it don't work.
Right, right.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
My wife has been
But
on my purpose for 15 plus years. 15 plus years. And that's why she's still married.
But
Mhm.
Tony, let me tell you this too, man. Like you know what you talking about with the mother. See, they doing that because they want to weaponize the children too, like make the children take their side. Like
Yeah.
because my mother, like I basically grew up with my grandmother mostly, but my mother and my father, they was young parents, like, you know what I'm saying? So um but they, like, my mother would never tell us, like, you know, she just like carried it like, oh, your pops ain't dead when we was young. But you know, as I grew up, my father was like on drugs. He was out in the streets on drugs. That's why he wasn't around. Instead of you saying that, like, especially when I became a teenager, I would have understood that. I and see the thing was I was never really mad at my father though. Like even though as a youngin I didn't understand what was going on, but I was never mad at him. But once I
Listen,
found out
brothers.
what was really going
But
on, you know, I really grew closer to him off of that shit. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying?
listen, brothers, since we're going so deep and going so personal, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go personal too, you know what I mean? And it's only because there's only a select few people even in this live, and I respect you guys so much. So going back to what y'all saying, man, it got so wicked. Listen, my actual grandpa, my actual grandfather, I never met him. You know why I never met my actual grandfather?
Mhm.
Yeah. What's up?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because my grandmother killed him with a hammer. Listen, man.
Oh,
Oh,
It
that
doesn't
went
goddamn.
on.
get
That went on a lot back
Yeah,
then,
that
though.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that hammer
listen. It
killer
doesn't get
shit.
any more wicked than that, man. It doesn't get
Yeah.
any more wicked than that. And listen, coming from that, learning that blueprint, what do you think that turned me into? You know what I mean? A guy that made
Hmm.
sure. Listen, I don't. My girl, she better not be able to pick up a feather, or I won't. I won't pick her. I mean, of course, I want a girl to be strong mentally and stuff. But what I'm saying is, if she's not submissive through and through, I won't even look away, man. To be honest, once I heard the real story about that, it cut off about a good 80% of the BWs in America and in the world in general. African, don't
Mhm.
get it twisted. There's some
And,
crazy African chicks
and,
Yeah,
too. Listen, man.
that's true,
oh,
brother.
hell yeah.
That's
And
true, brother.
yeah, you shit. That,
So, like you said,
it,
they want
all of them got some
hey
crazy.
Sean,
Yup.
hey Sean, like you said, they teach the kids like that because they want them to get on their side and side with them. But imagine a guy like
Right.
me that learned that. Imagine what side that put me on.
We
That
got
side put
5
me
minutes
on
left in the video. 5 minutes left in
avoid
the
the crazy
video.
shit. Yep.
Yeah, and you know what? It's just going to continue to go on. It's not going to change. Things are going to continue because people are unwilling to lift that veil and see the facade that we live in. You know what I mean? It's just going to continue. And guess what? I'm out.
But I think they're but but you know what, Dirk? And you know what, man? I think one of the biggest problem people got is it's like we can't disagree with each other.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
it's like
You breaking up. You breaking
my
up, DC.
DC, you breaking up.
like I'm not gonna agree with everything, huh?
You were breaking up
You were
earlier. We
breaking up,
couldn't hear
brother. You
you.
must be near the
That sound
Pentagon
like
again.
y'all breaking up now. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, can y'all hear
like
me?
yeah, we can hear you now. Yep, yep.
Oh, this weird. Oh, okay.
Speak on that,
I
bro.
don't know. I think that
Yeah.
stream y'all kind of weird sometimes. Yeah, but no, I
Listen,
was
man,
saying
they
I
going
just
to
think
filter
that
stuff through, man.
I was saying I think we people have a problem with people disagreeing with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
like you can have a respectful disagreement, and like that's what's going on a lot too. Cause like if you got a woman who disagreed with Kevin Samuels, you can come to him respectful. Any other YouTuber like with a similar thing, just talk. Just give your point of view. Be like, well, I don't agree with you because I'm not like that or whatever. I never had that. Blah blah blah. Or be like, I understand. I've seen it sometimes. So my point is, it's just like if somebody disagree with somebody, it's like they want to go so gung ho and hate that person. You see what I'm saying? It don't have to be like that. Cause I'm
Yeah.
not going to agree with Tony, Derek, or Mr. International all the time. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Right. And that's
Yeah,
the
but
best.
they ain't like I'm gonna be like, oh fuck Derek and Tony. I ain't gonna call them motherfuckers no more. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
And I think just as adults, man, it's like we can't even have like adult conversations no more, man, without people just going totally left.
Yeah, I agree with that. I really do, man, because and that's where I mean, you spoke to truth on that just now because I think that's the problem with a lot of us is that we can't, communicate effectively with each other because we don't want to hear anything other than what we believe in. You know what I
Right,
mean? And when you can
right.
open your mind up to what another brother or whoever is saying, then that's truly when you start to make a difference within yourself, you know. And that we're lacking that. We're lacking that big time. I mean, these days you can walk down a street. You remember how you could walk down a street and you can nod at a brother, "What's up, bro? You know, how you doing?"
Yeah,
or whatever.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
that shit that shit doesn't happen anymore these days. You
Nope.
walk down the street, you might get mean mugged. And it's like, damn, bro, I'm just, nodding, like, what up, bro? How you doing? You know what I mean?
yeah. You just saying what's up
It,
with
it doesn't have to be like that. And that's how things are changing so drastically because there's so much tension. There's
it.
so
Mhm.
much tension.
Right,
And it's
right.
sad.
And,
It's very sad.
and you know the funny thing, like it's funny when I see brothers in other country mean mug you, like other
Hmm.
Americans. That's the part I don't get. I'm like, dude, we in this together, bro. We gotta be cool with each other when we overseas.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wow.
they don't
so
want to hear none of that, man. Like when I got to Seattle, man, I've been living out Seattle, shoot, since '05 again. I did my first stint here in 92 to 94, and came back in '05. Go by our brothers, man. A lot of brothers out here don't even say what's up. You try to say what's up to them, they look at you like you're crazy, man. And then I
Hmm.
done been,
wow, that's happened. That's even happening out there. Damn, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they
Yeah.
like a bunch of simps, man. It's a lot of simps out in this mofo, you know?
Yeah.
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 Cause you the only reason I said that, man, I'm kind of. I think the area we come from, Tony, like the Northeast Mid Atlantic, I think people in general are rude most of the time
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
So I'm kind of used to that. But I thought like
But
the
at least you gonna
Midwest
say,
and the West Coast was more laid back with that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, but the West Coast, they don't even recognize a brother, like back east, at
Yeah,
least we recognize brothers. You could tell pretty much the brother was good people. It was still like I show up at the airport in Baltimore the last time I was there 3 years ago, and I was like, "Yo, man, what's going on? Hey, man, what's up, brother?" We talked,
yeah,
and you could tell that was a straight up brother. But out
right.
here, you see a motherfucker looking like a brother, and then you go say, "Hey, man, what's up?" They don't even say nothing to you. They just keep walking by you like there's nothing.
Yep.
So I don't
Yep.
speak to none of these motherfuckers out here. For the most part, if I don't know them, fuck them. I don't
Hey
talk to them.
man, and that mentality in general is what really made me cold, man. And I'm not, like I
Right.
said, when a guy don't say nothing to me, even listen, I look like a grizzly bear. So, hey, people walk across the street, when they see me, unless I'm like super in my bag, because then they realize I'm like a whole different breed. But if I'm, it's a
Mhm.
normal stuff, I most of the world fears me, just me walking down the street. But when somebody does stuff like that, or a brother does that, all right, automatically label them a pookie because at the end of the day, if they can't, love their own people, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Yep.
They don't
That's
got
right.
the common sense and they don't know what's really going on around them. because if they knew what was going on around them, they would unite instead of trying to be, you know, what we were talking about earlier, you know, a yes man or a Davy Dan or whatever you want to call him.
That's right.
You brothers
That's right,
know
brother.
that in 100 years, there's going to be more black families in Japan than there will be in the United States. Because
Yeah.
we had 12.5% now. When I was a kid in the 60s, man, we was at like 14, 15%. Now we at 12.5%. The numbers are going down, brothers. The numbers are going down every damn census that pops out, right? So if blacks aren't making families together, we going overseas to make families. We dealing with other females to make families. We're gonna be better off elsewhere. This country's a wrap, bro. This country is pretty much a
Oh,
wrap. Bro.
yeah,
Easily.
that's what I was
Easily.
saying, Tony. Yeah, it's gonna be like that internationally, basically. Internationally, it's gonna be more black families in the
Yep.
next 100 years. Yeah, because
I won't even say 100 years. I'd say the
I
next
say like
40 years.
40, 50, yeah.
Yep.
Hey,
Yep.
something caught me a while ago. I'll say this might have even been a year ago. You know, and my man
What's that?
Obstacles of Opportunity said, "Listen, make your money in the States and let your money work for you overseas. Because listen, the monopoly is here. Monopoly's here, right? Make your money,
Yep.
all that stuff, save your money, do all that stuff here, and then go to the other countries where your money goes farther, you know. And Japan,
That's
speaking
exactly
of Japan,
it.
I just learned something. I don't know if that was you that posted on Facebook, Tony Berry, but they were talking about, oh, why people are scared of Japan now. It was showing, I think Japan got a new jet or something, you know, even surpassing America. Listen, Japan, South Korea, those countries are only getting technologically better, and they got the aid of America. So why not go to those places where we're benefiting, and some of the other places where our money goes farther, you know, make your money in the States where the best income is at, and then, you know, retire early, you know, and go somewhere else, you know what I mean? Where
Well, see, here's the thing you
And-
got to know about Japan is, like I said, they were in 250 years of straight up peace during the Tokugawa era. So before 1868, they were in peace for 250 years. They were able to develop their culture uninterrupted. See, that is something unheard of in most parts of the world in modern history. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when you go there, these people are stubborn. They're not going to be like they are in the West. They're not going to be. They may look a Japanese man. See, and then you see these white boys up there talking about, oh, they're Christian. Get the fuck out of here. Only 5% of Japanese believe in any sort of religion. My wife herself is not even a religious person. A Japanese will have a Christian wedding. They will have their Shinto beliefs that they practice every year for like New Year's and whatnot, and they'll have a Buddhist funeral. That's the nature of the Japanese person. See, you know what happens when you die in Japan, and I got to change my will because my will, I told my wife to spread my ashes around, but now I'm gonna change it. My wife told me, you know, when we went to her, because she's a samurai, right? We went to her you got to go to the cemetery to pay homage, right? I'm not bringing this out, but I just want to say this for a minute. When I pass away, they're gonna cremate me, and then my bones, because I'm part of her family, will be put. They just basically take everybody in your family and dump them in the cemetery together in this big cement box with the headstone on top of it. That's how they do it in Japan. I never knew that before.
Wow.
So, like when you get cremated, the only thing that's really left is your head and your neck bone, and that's about it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Mostly everything is burned. So they take the ashes and everything, and they put them in the box, and then they take that box, and then they dump it into. They have a ceremony where they dump it into rest of your family stuff at the Ohaka, what they call the cemetery.
And is that the way of the samurai? Is that
No, that's the way of the entire Japanese. The whole country does it that way now, because you know up until the mid 1800s, Japanese didn't even have names. The only people that were allowed to have names were samurai. The average citizen, for example, like you know Sean D. He DC is an appraiser, right? So you know what they would call DC? They would say appraiser man, and then they would call your children the appraiser man's child.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Oh, you're the appraiser man's daughter number 1, and you're the appraiser man's daughter number 2.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
So that's why when you look at their names, like my wife is a Nakagawa, even though she's a samurai, but Nakagawa means by the river people. Tanaka, rice field people.
Right,
They
that's
named themselves
Ricefield.
based
Yeah.
on where they were living or working.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
See?
Yeah, I knew that Tanaka. I knew a little bit about that. So just a
So
smidge of the Japanese culture.
yeah, so I just threw that out there because I want people to know that they ain't going to be like the West no time soon. They just what they do is they learn all the best shit from the West and then they bring it
Yep.
to their country and they make it even better.
Yeah. Yep.
That's
Yeah.
what they do.
And it's more so like with products and probably like technology and shit like that. But the way of thinking, they not gonna take that from the West.
No.
Yeah,
No.
they not going because man, these countries, especially in Asia, these countries
Mhm.
so steeped in like tradition,
Yup.
and yeah, it's just like yeah, like cause look, man, yeah, I ain't trying to be funny or not. Like I said, man, one time I was in Pattaya, and Pattaya is the devil's playground, dude. That shit is just like full of
Yeah.
debauchery.
And
Man,
Mhm.
yeah,
yeah.
one time I came out the motherfucking club, it was the morning time. You had motherfucking Buddhist monks walking down the street, like praising the joint, and then you had girls coming out the club, they outfits bowing down to them. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
After all that shit they done done, whatever, drunk, drinking, they know they place. That's what I'm saying. Like, as far as like they traditions and attitude, they
Mhm.
never gonna change that. They never gonna
No.
change that.
And what you might
Right.
have seen too, DC, and I've seen this in Asia a lot, is when they young, like their young 20s, they may get on the bandwagon. Like they go to the say they come to the
That's what I
University
was
of College.
telling Derek and Josh. It'll be the younger ones. Yeah,
Yeah, they'll
that's
be
what
on
I
the
was trying to
bandwagon
tell
for
them.
a hot
Yeah,
minute. But then after they get a certain age, like when they start going to work, they done forgot
yeah,
all about the shit they was doing when they was in the early 20s.
yeah.
Mm.
This time
Mhm.
now they know I'm in the next phase of my life, I'm working, and then after that, the next phase is to get married and raise a family. They
And,
but
and,
then the
and you
parents
know
get
another thing about it, Tony, it's so
mhm,
much competition too, and the
yeah,
girls know that. They
yeah,
know it's another bad youngin coming up, right? I mean, shitloads of them.
yeah,
So
Yeah, that competition is fierce.
yeah, they know they not gonna be hot before a good second. I ain't even
no,
Yep.
gonna say a good minute. Like them motherfuckers, once they come out the pod, they be shipping them out the province. Like, god
yeah.
damn.
Like I was
Yep.
watching Check in Effect this morning on Brazil, right? And he was
Mhm.
Yeah.
walking through Nefertiti, right across from Rio, and he met some nice Brazilian girl with the braces all on the face, like helping him out. But as he was walking down the street showing those bodies, I was like, damn, me and my wife were like, damn, they got fat asses and their bodies look kind of weird, when they
Mhm.
start getting older. Because they know they ain't got that much time when they're young.
Right.
Okay, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if you want that, like, cause I mean, like, I'll say late 20s and 30s consider old in them countries.
Yeah,
But
it is.
if you want to go that route and get one that don't
In
have
Brazil?
kids,
Yeah, in Brazil,
yeah,
all over
I'm
South
saying
America, brother.
all over really because
Yep.
it's like what I'm saying. They still gonna be compared to U.S. women, they still gonna be bad, but the
Right.
competition is just so fierce over there.
Yep.
So what I'm
Yeah.
saying is like say like you want to say, hey man, I want to get with a 20, late 20, early 30. That would be considered kind of old in them countries, but if you can get one that didn't have kids, they gonna treat you like super gold because they know they really some shit at that time over in their country. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they
Cause
know
I'm
they're
Hey,
smart.
brothers,
yeah.
going.
Top
Hey,
market.
brothers, going back to BSP, man. I heard you talking about the shapes and stuff. And shout out Tech in Effect. I also watch him. I'll talk to my OG about that. And yo, man, you'll be surprised. Hey, guys, I want to tell y'all something, man. Y'all will be surprised at some of the people who watch even y'all stuff. Listen, there's people always watching, and YouTube probably even takes away some of the views and stuff. There are people watching from all around, and
Oh
um,
yeah.
what I was gonna say is, listen, and just like in Asia, they got them all. You go to Philippines if you want them thick. You go to Japan if you
Mhm.
want them skinny, or Thailand if you want them skinny. It's similar to it's similar. I go back to the Costa Rican girl I had. Man, this I know South America is known for the women with the curves and stuff, and some of them don't age well. But listen, we had a conversation. Them Afro Latinas, man, some of them girls look like they drink from the fountain of youth. And I'm telling you, some of them they got your petite girls. When I was talking about the girl from Lamone, she was petite. She had a beautiful body and all that, but she was petite, and I could tell for a fact, she's not gonna hit her decline until at least 40. You know what I mean? Like you could just tell
But
somebody.
her decline is still going to be a million times better than an American woman
Right.
decline.
Right.
You know
For
what
sure,
I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
Huh.
Cause hey man, don't laugh at me, man. I actually hit a 50-year-old Brazilian down that
Man,
joint, but
shoot,
she looked like she was in her 30s, dude. Like, and
that's
one,
what I'm
I ain't
saying.
blaming you. I
yeah,
ain't blaming you, bro.
Yeah. Ain't
yeah,
nobody
and
laughing about that.
I
Shit.
do. No, I didn't even know she was that. You know what I'm saying? Cause she now Tony, I will say like I know you said you saw them with kind of like funny looking body, but I will say like Colombian Brazilians, like even when they older, a lot of them still be intact because they got a big workout culture down in them both of them countries.
Yep.
Like women like work out, like even the sometimes they get the fake shit, of course, but even you got something that's natural, man. They work out in them countries. I'll give them that. Like they
Oh
take
yeah.
their workout shit serious in those countries.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I mean
that's
they
the
do.
Latina culture. That's the Latina culture, and
Mhm.
that's why you don't. That's why you see that they age a lot better, especially in the Asian, culture as well.
Oh man,
But
the Asians be you can't even tell sometimes
eh,
with them, man.
not at all.
Them motherfuckers age good, man. Them
Yeah,
Asian women.
yeah,
They
yeah.
do. I remember when I first met my wife's mom, man. She was 55 when I met her, and I didn't even know she was that old. I was like, damn. She looked nice, had short hair, crop, fingers,
Hmm.
look, everything was looking nice, man. When I met her at dinner with my wife, the first time we was still dating, I was like, damn, my wife gonna look like this when she 55. It's a wrap, you know. you know.
Man,
And that's what I
yeah.
teach my son. Look at the mom. Look at the mom.
Look at the month. That's right. That's right. Hey, I'm telling you, I'm still stunned on that Denmark stream that IP did. I got to get out there. That's on my radar. Denmark, Copenhagen.
Oh yeah, brothers. Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
they don't mess around, bro. I'm telling you, they do not mess around. There's so many of them, tall, blonde,
mhm.
beautiful ones with long legs walking down the street, man. But see, when you get a tall woman, the only thing you gotta watch is you don't want them too tall because when they get older, they don't look good. Tall women don't look good old.
Yeah,
No,
they start
no.
to hunt. They back start
They
to hunch
hunch.
too, like
Hunt.
Yeah, they
yeah,
hunch over.
like
Yep.
like men do. Yeah,
Hmm.
Yep. They don't
They
look
get that
good when
hunch.
they say that. They five, about 5'6", I think is like the max. Or five, maybe even 5'7" if you can stand it. But
I would
yeah,
say
a lot of
about 5'6", probably 5'6". I would probably cut it off there. You know.
yeah. I know a lot of women in my family are all like my mom and all of them. They all like 5'6", man. All the women that are tall in my family for females, and then my wife's size, they're averaging about five. I'll say 5'1" or 5'2", even though she's almost 5'4". So she's the tallest. In fact, she's the tallest. Well, she's the tallest in her immediate family, but her two cousins, they're both like their daddy's really tall, so they're about 5'8", 5'9", man. Long. When I met
Mm,
them, and they had on shorts, all I remember was leg everywhere.
yeah.
damn.
I think that's what took them so long to get married because they're so tall.
Hmm.
But they were bad though, man. They were beautiful, though. Beautiful Japanese.
Damn.
Man, I saw something bizarre at Walmart yesterday, and I think that motherfucker might have been a tranny. It was this little white guy.
Mhm.
It's a little white guy, and man, he was with some whatever that thing was. Like that motherfucker was like 6'5", tall as a motherfucker. And they was like,
Damn.
and she just looked dirty and had on this bright purple lipstick, and
Ugh.
she looked just kind of dirty and disheveled. I don't know what the fuck that. I don't know what was going on with that. And everybody was in the store looking at him like, what the fuck is this?
Damn.
Like, and
God
it's
damn.
yeah. I'm like, what the hell? That shit just look crazy. I'm like, man, that, yeah, it was wild. I was like, that's motherfucker look like she is about to dunk on him. Like,
God damn.
Hey, brothers, I'm gonna shut this down, man. We had to do a part 2 on this. We're gonna have to do a part 2, baby.
Right on, right on. Hey, brothers, all I got to say for my closing comments is just, hey, live life to the fullest, brothers. We all have an expiration date, you know. Don't second guess a move that you want to make on somebody or talk to somebody or whatever, or live a certain lifestyle, you know, because you never know when that date's going to come. So let's just enjoy each
yeah,
other. Let's show respect to each other. Let's try to, you know, promote prosperity and growth within each other and just, you know, enjoy it, bro.
Yeah, I agree
yeah.
with you 100%, brother. And you brothers take it easy, man. I will talk to y'all soon as usual on the next
Thanks,
phase.
brothers. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
All right, Mr. International, be cool, bro. Be cool, Slim.
Be cool.
Deuces.
Take it
All
easy,
love,
brothers.
OGs. All love. We know the blueprint. Let's just get on it.
That's
Yup.
right.
Right.
Want it.
And
That's
you,
right.
but Mr. International, you on the forefront. You gotta carry that torch, bro. You know
I
what I'm
got
saying?
y'all, man. I got y'all, man. It's coming soon. It's coming
Yeah.
soon. When it's here, y'all gonna know. Just I can't. I won't be able to hide it. Just know that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Josh Yep said he was trying to get on here. Oh man, we get ready to close up, brothers.
Man,
All
tell
right.
Josh he full of shit.
Josh just showing up. Look at that. Oh, damn.
Yeah, we'll get him.
You,
We'll get him next time, man. We'll get him next time.
yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
Okay. All right,
Next
All
guys.
right,
time.
brothers. I'll talk to y'all
Peace,
soon.
brothers.
All right, bros. Oh, he did touch something. He said, "Let your boy in." Oh yeah, y'all curry, Josh, man.
All
All right.
right, brother.